Hello, everybody. Good morning. I am going to share some information today about benefits of dandelion root. As you know, it's Tea and Talk Tuesday. I have my tea. By the way, this is one of my favorite mugs. And then just before I'm going to share my screen, I created a little PowerPoint for this. Before I share my screen, I wanted to also show you, this is my favorite brand of dandelion root tea. So when I'm finished with my presentation, if it's something that you're interested in adding to your routine or just having, I mean, you really shouldn't have it every single day, but if any of these benefits seem like they'd be helpful for you right now, this is something that you can pick up. I think I got this on Amazon. Organic dandelion root tea. I definitely recommend organic for this. And I also have cards to pull later, so we'll do that in a little bit. But first, let me share my screen here. There we go. Okay, so I wanted to talk about the benefits of dandelions. So let's work here. Okay, so dandelions have many health benefits, and their entire plant is edible. Many people consider it a weed, but the definition of a weed is literally just an unwanted plant. So I feel like weeds have just become, like, the word weed has just become a way that people can describe these unwanted plants. And in a lot of cases, these weeds are actually edible and medicinal and extremely helpful. People in the Great Depression, they used to eat things like this, dandelions, weeds, things like that, because they grow so easily and they were easy to find. So another reason to keep dandelions around. And some weeds can take over the garden, like there's creeping Charlie, which can be kind of invasive and can literally just take over your plants, maybe plants that you want around, maybe your flower garden or vegetables. So in which case, some weeds are okay to pull. I definitely have pulled some creeping Charlie out of my own garden because I know that they're invasive and they can take over. So I let them grow other places, but not in the actual garden. So dandelions are the first food for bees and other pollinators. So it's really important to not spray them because it will kill the bees. And it's really important to just let them grow and allow the bees to have their first food of the season. Bees and pollinators are literally crucial for our survival on this earth, and we just really need to protect them in any way that we can, and protecting dandelions is one way that we can do that. So don't spray them. Don't spray them, don't kill them, don't pull them, just leave them alone. Also, if you don't spray them, you can use them for these medicinal purposes that I'm about to talk about. So the benefits of dandelion tea, there are a lot. So this kind of goes, I have a little bit of a long slide here. So one of the effects of dandelion tea specifically is it has anti-inflammatory effects. Dandelion contains, let's see if I can say this right, tarixasterol. I don't know if I'm saying that right. A compound known for having significant antioxidant properties that combat inflammation. It can help regulate your white blood cells and keep them from triggering inflammation unnecessarily. So this is huge because a lot of us eat very inflammatory foods. We have toxins around our body all the time. We breathe in toxins in the air. So that causes inflammation in the body. And so this kind of helps get rid of that. So the next one lowers blood pressure. So if you have high blood pressure, dandelion tea might be something to consider to add to your diet for a while until that lowers. Dandelion tea is an excellent source of potassium, a mineral and electrolyte that stimulates the heartbeat. Potassium may help the kidney filter toxins more effectively and improve blood flow. It also improves liver wow, I can talk today. It improves liver health. The polysaccharides in dandelion are known to reduce stress on the liver and support its ability to produce bile. They also help your liver filter potentially harmful chemicals out of your food. Again, another reason to use dandelion root, especially if maybe you decided to eat really crappy over the holiday weekend like I did. It can be helpful to kind of pull out all those chemicals or toxins that you may have consumed eating kind of more processed foods and things like that. Immune system support. So dandelion is a good source of vitamin C, and that's one of the most helpful vitamins for the immune system. The presence of vitamin C may account for its reported effectiveness against seasonal colds. So another reason to keep dandelion root tea around is just to have it for the next time you have a cold. It might help you get over it faster, which is always good. All right. So now I'm just going to talk about specifically the root and the leaves. And some of these also include the flower. So they promote and stimulate digestion. So the dandelion acts as a mild laxative that promotes digestion. It stimulates appetite and balances the natural and beneficial bacteria in the intestines. It increases and releases the stomach acid and bile to aid in digestion, and especially of fats. So anybody who's doing like a high fat diet, this would be beneficial for you. And if you're just having like issues with digestion, that could help you as well. It prevents water retention in the kidneys. So it acts kind of like a natural diuretic. It helps the kidneys clear out waste, salt, and excess water by increasing urine production and frequency of urination. I thought this was kind of funny. And in French, it is called pissenlit. And again, I'm probably saying that wrong. I don't speak French, which roughly translates to wet the bed. This inhibits microbial growth in the urinary system and prevents urinary tract infection. Dandelion also replaces some of the potassium loss in the process. So all good things. In a 2009 study, a high-quality fresh dandelion leaf hydrophenolic extract was given to volunteer subjects. Results showed that the urine output and frequency increased in the 2 out of the 3 instances dandelion extract was ingested. So that's pretty cool. So if you have issues with your kidneys, it can help. Also, the other really great thing about this is if you can happen to be someone who consumes a lot of salt, I'm sure you know this already, but salt and sodium are in a lot of processed foods. They add way too much sodium. You don't need that much sodium in your diet. Sodium is still important, but you only need a small amount of salt. So what's great about this is that if you do have a high salt diet, dandelion root tea could help, or dandelion root at least could help with that. Could help decrease that and hopefully fix your kidneys. Helps detoxify the liver. I think I talked about that earlier, but it's been shown to improve the hepatic function by detoxifying the liver and reestablishing hydration and electrolyte balance. It also increases the production and release of bile. A laboratory study with mice showed this medicinal plant's ability to slow down the progress of carbon tetrachloride induced liver fibrosis or scarring. So that is really cool. I don't know if any of you have heard of the medical medium, Anthony Williams. He always talks about how important detoxifying the liver is, and he even has like lots of protocols on how to detoxify the liver. He kind of talks about the liver being like the main source of disease, like if you have fatty liver disease, or if your liver is overworked because it has so many toxins coming in. He kind of talks about how important it is to keep the liver detoxified. So dandelion tea can really help with that. So that's really amazing. This plant is seriously amazing, and I just can't even believe that people would just spray it or pull it or think it's some sort of I don't know, unwanted or terrible thing. It just has so many benefits. So it boosts antioxidant activity. Every part of the dandelion, so that includes the flower, is rich in antioxidants, which prevents free radicals from damaging cells and DNA. It slows down the aging process in our cells. How cool is that? It is rich in vitamin C and vitamin A as beta carotene and increases the liver's production of superoxide dismutase. So that's really cool. If you think about it, it almost could act as a way to, I don't know, reduce wrinkles and things in your skin. It's like an anti-aging process. So that's really neat. It has been used in cancer research. So this part of it actually really speaks to me because, as most of you know, I've been through cancer, and I don't think anyone should ever have to go through it. I think it's terrible and awful. So this can actually help in at least some cancers, according to these studies. So the ability to combat cancer is not a claim made lightly. But dandelion seems to show some promise in study after study after study. Dandelion may slow cancer's growth and prevent it from spreading. The leaves are especially rich in antioxidants and phytonutrients, which combat cancer. Dandelion root extract, on the same note, has shown its ability to induce apoptosis or cell death in prostate and pancreatic cells. So if any of you haven't heard anyone who's had pancreatic cancer, it's very serious and it's very difficult to treat. And most people are kind of given a very short period of time to live. So the fact that the dandelion can do this is absolutely amazing. So it reduces cholesterol levels. Animal studies have shown that dandelion lowers and controls cholesterol levels while improving cholesterol ratios by raising the HDL. It protects the gallbladder. Dandelion increases bile production and reduces inflammation to help with gallbladder problems and blockages. It also prevents UVB damage on the skin at the cellular level. A study published in 2015 on the Journal of Oxidative Medicine and Cellular Longevity made the following conclusions. Dandelion extract prepared from dandelion root leaves and flowers protects the skin cells from UVB-induced cell death. Dandelion flower and leaf extract can help with UVB-related oxidative stress. Dandelion leaf extract protects the skin from radical-induced aging, and the extract absorbs UV radiation better than the dandelion flower extract, so that's good to know. So that's really neat too. I'm sure a lot of us have suffered from some sun damage in our lives. Anytime you've gone out and experienced some vacation or been out in the sun for a while, we've all experienced that. So that's really helpful as well. It's just such an amazing plant. So these are the recommended dosages per day. There's the dry dandelion extract, the fresh dandelion root. You can just take note of these if you're watching. Maybe take a screenshot because I won't be on it for super long. So you can get dandelion root leaves from the health store, preferably organic. So I can find these at where I live in Minnesota. They have a store called Whole Foods. They have these leaves. I've seen them there many times. I've bought them a few times myself. And then it just gives you some information on how you can make your own dandelion root extract. And it just says, add a few teaspoons to some hot water and enjoy your coffee or tea. So that's one way that you can do it. Sorry about that. My dog is kind of freaking out. Anyways, I'm glad I got through that before that happened. So let's stop sharing my screen here. There we go. All right, I just want to go over to Facebook and see if I can see anybody's comments. Oh, I'm not seeing anything. No. Sorry, I'm just checking to see if I can see anybody's comments here. I don't have any comments. Okay, sounds good. So I'm just gonna pull a few cards for the group. Again, I apologize for my dog. We had somebody coming to fix our dishwasher today, and he decided to come right now. So My dog cannot handle people ringing doorbells and things like that. So, um, let's see. So for the group, I'm going to pull 3 cards, and then we'll call it a day for today, which is a little bit more of my tea. All right. All right, there's card 1. I'll just share them all at the same time after I pull them all for you guys. Card 2. Looks like a 4th one to come out. So 4 will be the number. So this is my Mystical Wisdom deck, and I love it because it's just a beautiful deck. The messages in the book I don't love so much, so I'm going to read all of these intuitively. So first of all, we have this card, moving forward. It says, get ready for positive change. So I'm kind of getting like lots of good things are coming, not only for just this group, but for the whole world. I think I just have this feeling that, you know, we might have a rough time over the next year or 2, but I think good things are coming for us on a global level. So look forward to that. Also, just for the group, I think that there's probably a lot of people here who are struggling and just need some encouragement. And I think this card is exactly that. It's kind of showing that there's a new era coming for you, and good things are coming. So just try to keep a positive attitude as much as possible. I feel like, you know, you should maybe do some gratitude exercises. Try to think of the good that's happening right now in your life. Make a list of all the good things and try to focus on those. I think it's a good reminder for all of us, even myself. So next we have Angel of Miracles. And this one says, open your heart and expect a miracle. So that's very similar to kind of what the other card was saying. So one thing I just really like, when you think about expecting a miracle, I like to talk about manifesting. And the best way to manifest something is to stay in the energy of it. So one way you can do that is do some journaling about something that you really want and just write everything you can think of about it. That would be exciting. What would it be? What would be exciting to bring it into your life? What kinds of things will it bring to you? What will it give you? All of those things. And then just kind of sit in the energy of that, you know, get excited about it and do that every day with, you know, all of the things that you'd like to bring into your life that are really important to you and that are really exciting for you. You know, and also just make sure that it's something that you actually really want. Sometimes we think that we want something that we think that's going to be really good for us, but it's really not. And our whole self kind of knows that. And so that it kind of makes us not as excited about it, if that makes sense. So just a good thing to pay attention to when you're doing anything with manifesting. Okay, and then we have New Beginnings, which is a very, very beautiful card. Lots of rainbow colors. I always like that. It says, begin your new life. Wow, all of these cards are kind of saying the same thing. So it's time to step forward and begin a new life, time for a transformation, time to do something different, time to make a shift. One way that we can do this, one small step that we can make a shift is breaking up our routine. I may have talked about this in my last live, but it's still really important. So just do something different today, something that you wouldn't normally do. You know, kind of take a look at what your normal routine is every day and just do like one thing different. That would be one little small step you can do to start transforming your life. Okay. All right. And then we have the 7 deadly sins. So that's also a really pretty card. And it says, oh, interesting. It says humanity's destructive traits. Okay, so I'm kind of feeling like this goes along with my dandelion topic. Um, you know, just remember that there are a lot of things on this earth that are actually useful and that we should try to live in harmony with them, including dandelions and dandelion roots, dandelion leaves, and also a lot of other plants that are considered weeds that are actually extremely helpful. There are other plants out there that I'll talk about later in other lives, but there's other plants out there that look kind of, I don't know, not pretty, but they're actually extremely useful. And again, like certain plants were used in depression for food and things like that. So there's lots of useful things on this earth, and it's just, and also the bees. I'll mention that again. We really need to protect the bees and the pollinators, and um, having these dandelions and keeping them around is actually not a bad thing. This whole spring, I was going around, and every time I would see a dandelion, I would bless it and thank it for being there for us and for basically saving the world, right? So I was grateful to all the people excuse me, this spring that kept their dandelions around and didn't spray them. So that was pretty cool. Well, thanks for hanging out with me today, everybody. I was very excited to be here and hang out, and I hope you have a wonderful Tuesday. So I'm gonna stop.